Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear brothers and judges, my name is Tafreed Ahmad. I am from Brantford, Cambridge, Jamaat. The title of my project is Making a Basic Calculator Using Python. During this lockdown, I was had a lot of free time and thought, why don't I do something productive in it? And so I decided to learn computer science. Hazur says that we Muslim children should try to excel in every field, and IT is definitely one of them. So I thought, how about I learn Python online? So, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I made a calculator for this year's of Islam Science Fair? So, and that's what I did. So first we're going to run this. It's going to prompt us to enter our first number. We're going to write 65.435. Enter our second number, 23.908. And what do we want to do? We want to do minus. It's going to give us this. You can check it online. Okay. Now let's see the code. So this, let's skip this for now. I'll get back to it later. So let's start over here. Num1. What's num1? Well, this is a variable, just like this and this. These are all variables. What are variables? Variables is something within you can store a value within. So in this particular variable, you have this particular value. And usually you'd have a value such as 10, 20, and if you had a string, so a sentence or anything with alphabetical letters, you'd have it in double quotes and then you have it as so. But what's this complicated mess? Well, this is specialized for the input. So we have a function over here called input, which allows us to, instead of hard defining the value of this variable, the person can change it from the comfort of the console. So 65, 90, and then we can have plus, and give us this. So, uh, and this float, this function tells the computer that this value, this input is going to be a number. And then when you have input, you can also have a prompt. So our prompt is enter first number for this variable. So as you can see, it's right here. And for this one, it's right here as well. So enter second number, colon, and space. Okay, good. So now for our third variable, operator. This one is a string. So str, input, enter the operator, colon, space, and then in double quotes, bracket, bracket. Okay, now that we got our variables established, let's look at our if statement. So as you could probably have guessed, if statement is if a certain condition is fulfilled, do this, else do that. So if this particular variable, so this one, if the input is a plus sign, then you're going to do set action. So proper syntax for it is if variable equals to whatever value you put in, colon, and then you have the next line, four spaces, and then whatever action you want. But wait, why do you have two equal signs? Well, one equal sign is used for when you want to define a variable. We're not defining anything, we're just checking if this variable equals to this value. If it does, then you're going to add the first and second inputs, which are stored in a variable called num1 and num2. Okay, so same thing for the whole thing. Else if, so it's a short form, operator equals minus colon, next line, four spaces, num1 minus num2. Same thing for multiplication, division, exponents. So now it gets a little tricky. So over here we have SQRT instead of a symbol because it doesn't have actual proper symbol, but that's not really a problem. So we go on to our next line, more spaces. Now it gets confusing. Unlike the other operations, this doesn't square root isn't an actual function in the Python library. That's why we'll import it using this line of code, import math. So import whatever module you want. In this case, we want the module math. So to access it, we're going to do math.sqrt brackets, num1, bracket, bracket. Now, if none of these conditions are fulfilled, then the user is going to be prompted with this. Error, please, error, input invalid. Please try it again, in brackets and quotes. So, let's see this how it works. First, we'll try square root. So, 345 SQRT. And since it only takes in one value square root in real life and in this, the second value is going to be disregarded. You could have the same thing. So, let's say 2378 SQRT. Now, this is the same thing because this value isn't actually in the code and it doesn't matter to the thing. Now, what if the operator is not an actual operation that we listed over here? So J gives error, input invalid. Please try again. So that is my calculator. Thank you for spending your time watching this video. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.